There are two short takes. One of them shows the SETI site, a short take of the coordinates monitor. I punched these coordinates into a computer at the Visitor Observatory and got photos of communication satellites.
How do you know that?
I've talked with some experts. There's no doubt about it. These are communication satellites.
This reminds me of that damned Echelon 2.
Echelon 2?
Yes. What else did you see?
There was a second take. I'm sure it was taped at the airport. In this one, you see a Zeppelin starting.
A Zeppelin?
What the hell does all this mean?
Let me think about it for a minute.
But I have a few more questions for you. You mentioned Echelon 2.
Yes.
What is Echelon 2?
Echelon 2 was the biggest eavesdropping project that the government had ever developed. It was an electronic cluster of eavesdropping centers, able to spy on all worldwide data traffic. The project was called off in 2012, supposedly.
I've never heard about it. Did it really exist? A global eavesdropping system. That really sounds pretty much like a conspiracy theory. No democratic government could have allowed this.
It sounds like a myth, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. This is the kind of story you tell when you want to get someone paranoid about the state.
And don't you think that the cryptology laws are just that? A general license to listen in on all our communications?
Mr. Huntington, nobody is actually interested in what people talk about on the streets. The whole issue is only about getting a hold of a few terrorists.
That's what the purpose of Echelon 2 was said to be.
Besides, we're having a very public campaign for this law. It's not done secretly. Everything is very transparent. People can even vote against it.
If anyone expected them to do that, then the vote would never have been allowed.
So you think this eavesdropping system still exists?
Of course.
There is something else. It's about this room here.
Yes.
Tell me, Mr. Huntington, what kind of room is this here? Are you burying yourself here with conspiracy theories?
Conspiracy, yes. Theory, no.
Good heavens. When and how did you collect all this stuff in here? This definitely can't be healthy.
I'm keeping memories alive in here, Peter. Memories that the vast majority of people already lack. Because the information is lacking. You would have found these things out once, when there was a decentralized press. You won't find any of them on the global network.
If the police ever finds this room, you'll have a big problem. But you know that, don't you?
You mean I'm supposed to have it scanned? I'm certainly not going to do that.
But you should really share this collection with the public. You pretty much deny information to them. That's illegal. And not very social either.
Peter, will you wake up, please? If the Ministry of Information gets its hands on this collection, then it won't be scanned. It'll be destroyed. These newspapers will have never existed. At some point, the last witness will die. And what states here will never have happened.
But that's nonsense, Mr. Huntington. People tell their children about their lives and their memories, and they, in turn, tell it to their children. Information can't be erased just like that.
Perhaps you can't erase information, but it can become mythologized.
Mythologized? What is this supposed to mean?
Any information that has no sources or written accounts becomes entirely subjective. It only exists in people's heads. And as it passes through generations, facts become memories. Memories become stories. And stories finally end up as myths. That's how facts slowly enter the realm of fantasy, until nobody knows what part of them was true.
People can't be fooled as easy as that.
Do you know the story of the spider in the cactus?
Yeah, of course. Everybody knows the story.
So what do you think? Is the story true or not?
Oh, really? That's only...
A myth, yes. And if I told you that the NSA considered bugging the moon because it reflected Russian radio waves, would you believe that?
That really doesn't sound very trustworthy.
I have documents about it. Do you think it would be wise of me to give these documents to the Ministry of Information?
I don't know.
You see?
The old man makes a point, but he is very paranoid.
There is something else. Can I ask you something else?
Of course, just ask.
I have a few questions about the Luddites.
Then ask me.
Do you belong to this movement as well? You can be absolutely honest with me.
About the Luddites? You don't have to worry about that. This sort of machine bashing is totally foreign to me. Planting bombs is no way to achieve changes, and the Luddite movement is only a historical phenomenon. This technophobia has never really managed to attract a mass following.
There is something else. I have a few...
Wrong one.
I'll see you later.
Okay. See you soon, Mr. Wright.
Okay, I'll just have a look around the room then.
These are articles about attacks on communication facilities. The bombing campaign of the Luddites. Of course I've heard about it. But you would have a hard time finding this information online.
Oh.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's a light. How is that interesting? Kennedy murder hidden evidence. Secret NSA genome database. Is the UN president a clone? Oh, hang on. Is this the same plane crash his family was killed in?
Terrorist dies in plane crash. It's really strange that so many Luddites died on board of airplanes.
Huh, guess not.
Traffic cameras scanning faces. Oh yeah, I still remember this, but they gave up on that idea fairly quickly, because these cameras could be tricked out so easily. Even with simple enlargements of photos, or magazine covers, it was ridiculous. Interesting. Interesting. An article about the shutdown of the NSA. It's regarding the phone tap scandal in 2017. That's when they officially closed the NSA offices. Interesting.
This mysterious article. He doesn't say anything about it. I don't seem to be able to take any of these. Oh well. Let's leave.
The Times, editions 2013 and 2014, neatly stacked.
Neatly stacked. So I'm gonna talk to this guy. Again.
Mr. Huntington, it's me again.
Hello, Peter. Good to see you again.
Now that I've looked at all that stuff, yep. I've got something new to ask him.
What kind of photo is this? This platform there? Because you can see a Zeppelin there as well. Could it be possible that this has something to do with the Zeppelin I saw on that videotape?
That's it. Good thinking. You mean the article about the Bermuda Research Station?
What's the story?
Do you know about the legend of the Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah, of course. That's where ships and airplanes disappear under highly mysterious circumstances. Even as a kid, we already knew about that.
Yes. A station was built, supposedly to investigate the phenomenon. Of course, the whole area is off limits. Nobody is allowed to go there. Perhaps the station is being used for an entirely different purpose.
You mean
It looks as if SETI's parabolic dishes are being used for something different too.
a gigantic eavesdropping station?
Who knows? Find out yourself.
You just said nobody's allowed to go there.
And you said you saw a Zeppelin on the video.
Yes. And?
Well,
You want me to hop on a Zeppelin and fly there? And how should I do that?
you'll find a way. You know, Peter, what's wrong has to fail, and what's right has to succeed. Take a carrier pigeon with you. Then we can keep in contact without any danger.
I really have to think about this.
How the hell is he going to carry a pigeon around with him?
I have a few...
Oops, wrong one.
I'll see you later.
Okay. See you soon, Mr. Wright.
Right, let's go get the pigeon. Yeah, pidgey, pidgey, pidgey.